He's been placed between 19th and 24th at the last 3 tour events. He's headed for a top 10 finish here. Currently in a tie for 3rd at 7 under as he makes his way down this beautiful finishing hole. That's the situation though. Nick Ahern with a 2-stroke lead.
Quite a good gallery here today.
Yeah, pretty good, isn't it?
The sunshine came out and the people came out.
Now, what do you think Nick Ahern will do? Driver again?
Oh, of course.
Well, you didn't have to be very knowledgeable, did you? I don't think he's got another club he can use off a T-peg. But it's pretty flawless, isn't it? He doesn't look that elegant, we must have to say, but the elegance doesn't mean too much. But he repeats exactly. Well, they're giving him high praise, and that's why that's magnificent, absolutely magnificent. For a fellow with a 2-stroke lead, he might have been tempted to take a 5-iron off the tee and play it as a par 5, but no, he showed a lot of courage there.
Oh, Paul Davenport. It's the ball right to left, so this could get him well down here if he gets it right. And he has.
Now, alas for Parry. I think really we can say blown another one. Just 2 weak pitch shots to 16 and 17. It robbed him of a chance of a tie and playoff.
Little missed putt at 14.
Yes. Now that is short, isn't it? Comparatively speaking. 20 metres or more behind the others. Well, that's the last tee shot we'll see in this hard Coolum Classic.
Those umbrellas were needed yesterday, but
not for the sun.
No. As we
that was only for 17 of us, Clinton, that were out there.
What was your tee-off time again, Bob?
6:40.
To the 18th green, Paul Gow. He started the day at 6 under.
That's a nice putt. Very nicely done. Well, he's had an adventurous day. Not quite good enough to win, but it may come in the future. Percy, perhaps this would be the best finish he's had up to now, but maybe not the biggest prize he's ever had, but it's likely that it is.
4th year as a pro. He's in a tie for 6th at the Ford Open earlier this year, which was a good result for him.
That would be, yes. Well, he'd be thinking just a couple of putts here, never mind trying to be flash in the hole of 3. 2 putts from there, pretty good. Now a danger putt.
John Wade has had plenty of birdie putts today. Hasn't been able to make all that many of them and is even with the card today, remaining at 6 under. Can he finally break through here on the 18th?
Well, most guys have been missing this putt on the right. Looks like it should break left. They always prove you wrong, don't they?
Well, I wouldn't have
that wasn't a
backed
very
him
good
to hole it. He doesn't look too good with the putter to me, but nice tournament.
Finishes with a 72 today, 6 under overall for the 31-year-old from Melbourne, who's won in conditions like this before. Bobby won the 1992 and 1994 Vanuatu Opens. It'd be nice and tropical.
It sounds good, doesn't it? I don't think the greens over there would be quite as good as these. Yes, beautifully holed.
A 71 today for Adrian Percy to finish at 7 under, currently in a tie for third. And it's a 74 for Paul Gow.
Well, that's the penultimate group finished. And now the last. And Nick O'Hearn with a 2-shot lead, but Parry, I think, will be to play first, being the shortest of the 3 off the tee. He's having a shot at it. He's firing straight at it.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it only just got across that wall. That was pretty daring. Well, of course, he's got not much to lose, has he? Nick O'Hearn's got a lot to lose if he tries to get at the flag and just miss-hits slightly. But he's not about to do that. I can see him looking now, right at the clubhouse.
He certainly is.
He'll hit it into that big, fat part of the green to his right. And take 3 or 4 putts, he'll still win.
Not even looking at the flag. Not a problem.
Well, he's in 3-putt territory, but even 3 putts would win for him. It's always nice to see a winner do something spectacular to win. But really, he had no choice there but to play safe.
Paul Devonport now with his approach.
Oh, a little bit of Richie Benno on that.
So the walk up the 18th fairway now, and for the first time in his professional career, Nick O'Hearn will receive the plaudits for what should be a first place finish. He's been threatening to do it for a while, Bob. 4 top 10 finishes in a row. We were saying that he's going to break through.
The last 4 weeks, obviously, been the form horse of the Australasian Tour, I suppose you could say, and as Peter Thompson said earlier, probably been putting the best, but also playing the best. And it's just great to see this. The talk around the place the last couple of days was, will this be the one that he breaks through in? And, well, he hasn't done it yet, but if anybody can 2-putt from there, he can, and he can 3-putt. So
warm applause for Nick O'Hearn.
Now, normally he has his caddy, his wife caddy for him.
That's right, yes.
But she's not doing the hard work this week. Probably deserved a good rest after a hard year. But she can't be too far away, we hope.
Well, he also did, well, in his standards, maybe not great, but I think very well in Europe this year, in his first year on the European Tour. I say kept his card, but kept it quite easily. He won many pounds over there, so he's had a really good year. Almost burst onto our scene, really, in the last 18 months.
He's not young, is he? He's 28, so a late comer. I don't know what we should make of this fact that the top 2 people come from Western Australia.
There's been a few of them this tour already. The young amateur Brett Rumford winning a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, there's another one. It'd be nice to have some more events out there, wouldn't it? We have the Vines, of course, which comes up in the end of January. Well, if you count his paces, that's a lot more than a cricket pitch. That's a cricket pitch plus a little run-in. Now, Wayne Smith, of course, is sitting back or standing back somewhere, but really he has no hope that Ahern would make such a mess of it that he'd be playing off. As I said, he's got 3 putts to win. Doesn't waste much time. Once he's crouched over it, he wants to hit it. So here it comes. Running downhill all the way. Not quite.
It's just a little slower down there than most players have thought. Normally, I would say 2 days ago, that ball would have almost gone past the hole, but pretty safe from there.
Well, he can lick his lips now and stand back and watch these other 2 fight for the minor places.
A couple of important putts coming up in terms of prize money here. Paul Devonport a chance to move into a tie for 3rd.
It's a big tie too, isn't it? What are there, 5 already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on 7 under. Better putt, but again, nobody seems to pick that, Bob.
No, it's a
slow putt, relatively speaking.
Slow putt down that hill. Yeah.
A good tournament for Paul Devonport, having missed the last 5 cuts by a stroke each time. He finishes with a 73 on the final day to finish at 6 under. For the New Zealander. And now we look for Craig Parry here. A birdie putt, a chance to join Wayne Smith at 8 under and a tie for 2nd.
Well, I suppose we don't really know what this putt's going to do, Peter. We've seen nobody here all day.
Nobody's putted from over there in history. Anyway, this is really a putt that doesn't mean an awful lot to Parry, but nevertheless he'll be trying to hold it, I'm sure. Like everybody else, he's just misread the slope here. If there is a slope, perhaps he allowed for a little turn to the right, and it didn't come.
As it was last year, a tie for 3rd for Craig Parry. What a consistent tour he's having. Winner of the Ford Open and 3 third placings. The Players' Championship, the PGA Championship, and now again here at the Coolum Classic. Nick Ahern can afford a couple from here. Our leader by 2, and this for par. At the last. To complete the round at 3 under and the tournament at 10 under.
Well, all right. Yes.
The final tournament of the century sees the breakthrough win for a new star. Nick Ahern, the 28-year-old West Australian, writes his name into the history books as the last winner of a PGA tournament of the century. A 10 under, 3-round total, 71, 66 and 69, and he's pretty happy. And he was very consistent, Peter Thompson.
And he struck a big blow for left-handers, didn't he? They don't get much of a go. Anyway, we did predict that he would be the one that Parry would have to worry about. And it turned out to be so.
The beautiful setting at the Mount Coolum Resort. Wayne Smith was the runner-up, 2 strokes behind Nick Ahern. He's standing by with Peter Wilkins.
Yes, Clinton, the honours with Nick Ahern. but you'd be satisfied with your work today, Wayne. Congratulations.
Thanks, Peter. Yeah, I was quite happy. I played very, very solidly. Played well all week. Just didn't make the crucial putts at the right time today, but Nick's been knocking on the door for a while, so it's good for golf that he's won.
And you got away to a flying start there, 2 and 3. Did you feel as though you could get there?
Yeah, no, I felt really, really good today. The putter felt good early, and I just had a good feeling, but unfortunately, just, you know, I hit a couple of putts that I thought were good putts, but, you know, they didn't go in, so that's golf, unfortunately.
Well, you've had a 3rd place and now a 2nd place here. Maybe next time, one better.
Yeah, I'll keep coming back, I guess. It's been good to me. I can't complain. I enjoy the golf course.
Good luck.
Thanks, Peter.
So Wayne Smith there with Peter Wilkins. A round of 70 for Smith today to finish at 8 under the card, 2 behind our winner, Nick O'Hearn. Time now for the presentation of the 1999 Coolum Classic, and down to the 18th green with Jim Maxwell.
This is a very unique event. As you know, it's a pro-am. We've had amateurs up here who have put themselves through torture for some of them. A lot of them had a great time, but I particularly want to thank the players for allowing us to come along and play alongside them for this week. It is what makes this week so special. So on behalf of all the amateurs and the sponsors, I'd like to thank all the professionals for putting up with us this week. Thank you. To the ABC, they've been great supporters of this event. To Alan Pridmore, who is the director, thank you, Alan, for putting up with some trying conditions yesterday, but today it's been superb, and I thank you for your continued support. To all of the media and the press guys that have been out the back, again, I thank you very much for giving us great press coverage during the week. And finally, I'd like to thank the staff from IMG, to Carolyn Roach and Dallas O'Brien, Kerry Marcella, Jane Young, Lynn Owens in the media centre. Again, you've been wonderful. I thank you from IMG's point of view. In closing, I'd like to wish everybody a very safe and happy Christmas. I thank you for all the support of IMG's events during the year, and we look forward to seeing you in the year 2000. Thank you.
And now to the presentation. Darryl Henry from Schweppes Cotties is going to present the trophy and the cheque to the winner, Nick O'Hearn.
Thank you, Martin. I'd first like to endorse all of the words you've said of encouragement and all of the way in which the course was put together. Martin Jolly and his team from IMG deserve a special congratulations for the effective way of managing a tournament under very difficult conditions. To Kamal and the team at the Hyatt Coolum, this resort continues to be a first-class venue for this tournament. To Bob Schmidt, course superintendent, Bob deserves a special mention. Most of his team last night spent all of the dark hours putting together this course after the deluge yesterday. I would also like... Thank you. I'd also like to thank the many volunteers. They work very hard to make sure these tournaments work effectively. And to you, the crowd, although we've not had all days to play, I congratulate you for coming out. Thank you. Schweppes is involved in golf at all levels, and this week brings together a unique experience of amateurs and professionals playing together. It's a pity that yesterday's round was washed out, but it did not at all diminish the enjoyment of the amateur players. My congratulations go to all players. We've had a very memorable and experience in golf. My real admiration, though, is for the professionals. The very high standard of golf we've seen today indicates the very, very nature of professional golf. And to Nick O'Hearn, Nick, congratulations on this, I understand, to be your inaugural win. Finally, from Schweppes, a happy festive season. Thank you very much.
And now to that official moment for Nick O'Hearn, the presentation of the cheque and the trophy from Darryl Henry.
Firstly, I'd like to thank the sponsors of the tournament, namely Schweppes, for your involvement. It's fantastic that you put your name up for the tournament every year. The professionals really do appreciate that. To IMG for the running of the event, it was fantastic. The PGA Tour especially. Yesterday was a real trying time for everyone, and you handled it extremely well, and it was great that we could get out again today. To my wife, Alana, for putting up with me over the last few years and hanging on in there with me. It's been fantastic support from you, and I really do appreciate it. To my family and friends back home, thanks again for your support. As I say, it's been a trying time, but we finally managed to get there. To the volunteers of the event, you just do a fantastic job, especially the marshals out there on the golf course today. Thanks very much, and look forward again coming back next year. Thank you.
Yes, a terrific win. The 28-year-old from Perth, Nick Ahern, after 4 top 10 finishes in a row, he really was shaping up as though he was going to break through, and Peter Thompson, he has done so. 10 under, a 2-stroke win, and just another consistent round from Nick Ahern. And I guess that's the buzzword with Nick Ahern, consistency.
Well, he is that, but he really should be very grateful to both Parry, I think, and Wayne Smith, who really were very kind to him, I thought. The whole story was about the putting, really, and Nick Ahern held those 2 wonderful putts, one at 15, one at 17, which won him the event, and very worthily so. The rest of his game, I think, is very impressive. Doesn't look so elegant, but it's very impressive.
And no doubt after those top 10 finishes, the equal second at the Australian Open, a real chance now for Nick Ahern to go on from here. This is a good platform.
I think so. He's already established himself in Europe on that circuit. Next year should be a good year for him.
Well, here's how it finished. The leaderboard for the 1999 Coolum Classic played over 54 holes after yesterday's rain interruption forced the third day's play to be abandoned. Nick Ahern, a 2-stroke winner from fellow West Australian, also from Mount Lawley over there in the west, Wayne Smith at 8 under the card. Wayne Smith with a round of 70 today. And then 5 players tying at 7 under, 3 behind Nick Ahern. Adrian Percy, a good result there. He's been showing some good form. Craig Parry, who was also tied for 3rd here last year and again has been Mr. Consistency this year on the PGA Tour. David Grenfell, a good result for he at 7 under. John Senden, an up and down round today. Gee, might have been thinking that he should have been alongside of Nick Ahern at 10 under, and an excellent round today from Rob Willis at 7 under ahead of John Wade and Paul Devonport at 6 under. And John Senden, he could consider himself, I guess not unlucky because he did it himself, but those 2 trips to the trees on the back 9, gee, they were costly.
They were, and he's got nobody to blame but himself for that. No, he's a very fine player, but those 2 slips really cost him his chance.
And a word, just a final word on Craig Parry, again in contention at a tournament, but I think as you said it late in the round there, he's just given another one away.
I'm afraid to say that's the fact of the matter, but that won't hurt him, goodness me. He's got a lot of great years ahead of him, and maybe a big major one, I think, before he's finished. He nearly won the British Open this year, and who knows, next year he might be successful at St Andrews.
It might be a big year 2000 for him. Peter, thanks very much for your company this weekend. Been great having you back with us on ABC Golf.
Well, I think we do golf as good as anyone, don't we?
Indeed we do. Thanks very much to Peter Thompson. Hope you enjoyed our coverage as well. We've got plenty more sport ahead for you on ABC, including the soccer every Sunday afternoon. And don't forget the Hopman Cup tennis starting early in the new year. But it's Nick Ahern's day today from the 1999 Coolum Classic. It's a very good bye.